Hello everyone, welcome to Masai Construction official YouTube channel. Today I am going to show you full structural design of G+3 residential buildings. Please, before starting this video, everybody try to subscribe this channel, share to your friends also, okay? Before doing any structural design, you have to have some architectural design like this, okay? This is floor plan, ground floor, as you can see. This one is first floor up to third floor. We use this drawing to model our structure drawing, okay? I'm using ETABS version 18 2018. So to save my time, I already opened it. To open your ETABS, double click on ETABS icon, okay? So first start by clicking file in the left corner, file, then new model. If you are modeling a new model, you have to click new model. If you need to open previously modeled file or projects, you choose open, okay? Now I'm going to start new model, so click new model. Okay. Okay, this model initialization window is open for us. Here in initialization option, there are three options. The first one is use saved user default setting. If you have pre-saved user default setting, you will use the first one. The second one is use setting from model file. Maybe in the future I will explain the two, but for today I'm going to use the third option, which is use built-in setting. Click here. While you click here, these boxes became active. So the first one is display unit. Here is three option also: USA customary, metric SI, and metric MKS. You have to choose metric SI. The second one is still section database. Here is the section, the place where we're going to fill the design code. Here is different country design code. For example, if you are Chinese, you have to choose Chinese here. If you are Indian, you have to choose Indian here. If you are Europe, which is I'm going to use Euro, because Ethiopian construction code is derived from Euro code, so we have to select Euro code. Bear in mind it is depend on your country of residence, okay? The second one is still design code. Here is the same as I told you before. While you design steel section, you have to choose which code to use it. So since I am using European code, I will choose Euro code 3 2005, okay? The last one is the same is true for concrete section, okay? While you design your concrete section, you have to choose your country code also, your country design code. I'm using European code 2004. Okay, then you have to click OK here. Okay, another window will be open for us to insert some informations. Okay, here is the window. The first one is grid dimension, uniform grid spacing, number of grid inline, grid lines in X direction, number of grid lines in Y direction. We have to see our AutoCAD or architectural drawing here. Number of grid lines in X direction means those lines which perpendicular to X direction. In our case, 1, 2 prime, 2 and 3 are number of grid lines in X direction. Number of grid lines in y direction means those lines which perpendicular to y direction, which means A, B, C, D, which is 4. Okay, so you must refer your architecture drawing to fill this data. Okay, in our case we're going to A tabs. Number of grid lines in x direction 4. It is correct. Number of grid lines in y direction also 4. Spacing of grid in x direction, spacing of grid in y direction. So again we'll open AutoCAD drawing. This one is the spacing in x direction, which means the spacing from 1 up to 2 prime is 2.4. This dimension is written in centimeter. You should convert it to meter. Okay, this one is 118. Again this one is 422. So I have to insert one of these. Okay, again while you insert spacing in y direction, you must insert it from bottom to top. Okay, don't forget this one. So let me insert it. Spacing in x direction, the first one is 2.4. Spacing of grid in y direction, let me fill only one. Okay, 3.1. Don't worry, we'll edit it again. 3.1. Okay, now let us proceed to specified grid labels option. Grid labels means, let me show you. You see the circles and a number around here. This one is called grid labels. Okay, we have to set up, it is scale. So here is x grid label. X grid label means this one, which is start 1 to prime 2 3, which is a number. Okay, y grid label is a letter. X grid label again start from left to right. Again y grid label is from top to bottom. So x grid label is a number. I write the first number. It is left to right. Okay, y grid, it is letter, so you should write the first letter A. Here label bottom to top, label top to bottom option. We have to see our drawing is, it is labeled top to bottom. So make it top to bottom, then click OK. Click OK. The other one is custom grid spacing. While we inserting the spaces, we only insert y direction spacing 2.4. No, sorry, x direction spacing. Y direction spacing only 3.1. Okay, but there are 3 spacing here. Here also there are 3 spacing. Okay, you have to edit for another one. Click custom grid spacing. Custom grid spacing, then edit grid data. Edit grid data. Okay, here is 2 options to insert grid data. Display grid data as ordinate and display grid data as spacing. This means while you choose grid data as ordinate, every value should be added. Okay, if I use grid data as ordinate, the first one is 2.4, the second one is 2.4 plus 1.18, the third one is this 2 plus 2.4, 4.22. Okay, but if we use grid as spacing, you have to insert one by one. The first one 2.4, the second 1.18, the third 4.22 separately. Okay, so let me insert The first one 2.4, the next 1.18, the third grid data 4.22. Check your AutoCAD drawing. 2.4, 1.18, 4.22. As I said you before, you have to insert Y grid spacing from bottom to top. The first 3.1, the second also 3.1, the third 3.05. So the first one 3.1 correct, this one also. We have to change the last only 3.05. Okay. When you finish this one, click OK here. Before that, you have to check your sample. Okay, the first one 1 2 3 4 Y grid data ABC, it is correct, so click OK. Click OK. Here is story dimensions. When you count your story from the bottom to ground floor, count as one story. Putting column 1 story. Ground up to first, second story. First up to second, third story. Second up to third floor, fourth story. Up to roof, 5 story. So we have to put this one 5. Typical story heights. You have to see the section of your AutoCAD drawings. I think my AutoCAD drawing is here. Okay, sorry. Here is a section. The first floor elevation is 406, the second floor 706, which is 3.06. You have to deduct this number. Okay, the third one 1006, which means the difference is 3.06. So let me insert. Typical story height will be 3.06. Bottom story height. Bottom story height means the height of your foundation column. Most of the time we make it 2.5. It depends on your ground condition. Okay, your ground condition. So when you finish this one, custom story data, this is the place where we're going to edit our story data. Click this one, then edit story data. Okay, we have to change this naming. Okay, the first one base, then ground, next first floor, first, second, third floor. You may write it full name. Okay, this one is roof level. Here is some information you will correct. Okay, go to elevation, then make it this one negative 2.5, which is the height of our foundation column. In this case, the ground level should be 0 0. Okay, 0 0. This is below ground level 2.5, so ground level is 0 0. Very good. Here is two things I'm going to explain for you: master story and similar story. Master story means if some stories are similar, you will do some things on one story, then automatically tabs duplicate your data to another similar storage. Let us see our AutoCAD drawings. First floor up to third floor is typical floor, so I will do everything on first floor only. Second and third floor automatically duplicated. This is by doing that. Here let us make first floor master floor, but the second floor is similar to the first floor. Click here, similar to first floor. The third floor also similar to the first floor. So in the future I'm going to show you everything in detail. While you are loading or drawing sections, beam or column, or doing something on first floor, it automatically duplicate to first and second and third floor, because you make it here similar. Okay, make this one first. Okay, here you can change the color of your story also, the ground story color. Here click this one, you have to choose the color you want. Okay, then okay, this one you can click it, choose from this one. Okay, if you finish this one, you click okay. Here you have to choose grid only. Okay, grid only, then click okay. Okay, now we have to save our file. Okay, our file is or our model is loading. We have to wait for it. Okay, you see here is our model. This one is 2D, two-dimensional view. 1 2 3 4 ABCD. This one is 3D. In the next video we'll continue from here, but we have to save now. Save as. Okay, let me put on my desktop. Okay, YouTube file, G+3 English new. Let me English part 1. You can name your project also, save it. Okay, everybody, thank you for watching this video. I will continue next time from here. Please subscribe and share this video if you like it. Bye bye.